They left me behind with the fireplace running. The wood would soon burn out, and I was too scared of the flames to do anything about it. My company was an old dog on her literal last 3 legs. She used to have 4, of course, but I like to joke that she lost it in the war. The war was a local coyote, and she was lucky it was all it took from her. I can still see her blood dripping on the frozen snow from the back door to the grass. I can still see it no matter where I stare. It strikes me most when I stare at the hundreds of pictures of my parents lining the walls of the home I'm in. The television is running. I'm streaming works by a vicious man. His films capture the worst in humanity. They are bleak, they are violent, they show a side of me I wish did not exist. It is the same side that delights in the line of blood I saw in the backyard. But there are other facets to me. If you knew me, you would know that. Yes, you would understand my reclusive nature. After all, it was my parents' promise that I would never have to answer the door while they were gone. I just can't seem to figure out why people keep showing up with begging hands as if the doors hold the gates to El Dorado. Most of the people leave when I don't answer, but one woman has repeatedly returned with a pen and a clipboard. I even shouted through the door that no one was home upon her 3rd arrival. That wasn't my wisest choice because it kept her coming back. One night she even found her way to the backyard while I was walking the 3-legged dog. We locked eyes like I locked eyes with my grandparents in the pictures in my parents' home. "Can I help you?" I asked. "Yes, maybe." For someone as relentless as you, I didn't expect a maybe. "For my PhD, I'm doing a study of the life of 3-legged dogs. I heard you have one here and I'd love just 5 minutes with..." "Why did you pause?" I asked. "I was hoping you'd fill in the pause with your dog's name." I paused and looked at her 3 paws. We call her Paws these days. "Is that true?" I wasn't certain if that was true, so I said, "Yes, that's true." "Well, do you mind if I observe Paws for 5 minutes and even take a picture of her?" "I don't mind much," I said. For 5 minutes I let Paws off the leash. The woman rubbed her belly and prodded her missing mark with a pen. She never seemed to mind such things. In fact, I always felt placing a long object over her attacked appendage helped cure her phantom limb. Yes, it must be so strange for a dog to have phantom limb. It must be so strange for a dog to lack the sophistication of human language. What is a bark, after all? "How much for her?" asked the woman. "She's not for sale," I said back. "Oh, but she's oh so delightful, and if I could just do more research on her, I'm certain my thesis could change the world for limb-it-less dogs." "That's what you call them? Limb-it-less dogs? Do you have a better suggestion?" Before I could respond, she shot me in the neck with a bit of ketamine and wandered off with Paws. I laid in a dream of shouts, envisioning my parents blaming me for foiling my one responsibility. The only choice was to cut my left leg and drain the blood from the grass to the back door. I would tell them the dog escaped while I was taking out the trash and that he was eaten by the coyote this time. Maybe I'd even drop down a chicken bone or 2 for effect. Inside the house was colder than I remembered it being, despite the fact that the fire was still going. Something drew me to a photograph of my father's parents. My grandmother's eyes turned towards mine. She looked into my soul. I could tell exactly what she was looking at. She was looking at the guilt I felt for losing the 3-legged dog. The closer I looked, the more it seemed as though I'd never seen her before. Perhaps I hadn't. Perhaps the gash on my left leg was draining. And then the fire went out. It was going to be a long winter regardless of what the groundhog said.